Welcome boys. In this video we're going to be replacing the windshield washer fluid pump in our 2003 Dodge Dakota. This is our replacement pump. Got it from the junkyard. As you can see, there is two fittings and an electrical connector. The electrical connector goes here. This guy holds it into its position. And then we have this grommet thing that goes into the reservoir, and then a hose goes on the end of this, which takes it to the squirters. I've also removed the plastical deal, which is held in place by these plastic Christmas tree push pin dealios, and I'll show you why we did that in a second. So this is where that thing normally lives, over here, push pinned in place. And the reason we have that out of the way is we have to do a quick change out, which will take me 2 hands to do, but I'll cut back once I do it. Essentially, I've already filled this reservoir with fluid before I realized my squirters weren't working, or rather the pump wasn't working. And how I tested for that, which I am not going to re-demonstrate, because I'm tired of dry wiping my windshield there with my new wipers, is you disconnect this electrical connector, you run your DC voltage check, and when you have an assistant press the button in there, which would activate the squirters, you make sure you have 12 volts. I do when the switch is pressed, which means the pump is bad. So, this is where that hose that's going to the squirters is attached. So I have to very quickly disconnect that, because it's the smaller hose, so that makes the most sense, and then get this end on there so all my fluid can be captured, so I can re-pour it back in there. Because if you go and just yank the pump off, it's going to gush fluid everywhere, and like I said, I filled it, and that's expensive, so I'm reusing it. So I'll cut back once I pull that hose and do the quick swap. Alright, as you can see, we hot swapped it, so now our washer fluid is going to be recovered, so I can pour it back in the reservoir. So now I'll just play the waiting game while it does its thing, and then we'll be back once we yank that pump out and replace it. And then, of course, if you didn't catch, that's why the plastical thing is out of the way, so my hose can come through and recover it. You don't actually have to do that if you don't care about recovering any of your coolant, or I mean your washer fluid. So, alright, be back in a second once this gets done doing its thing. Okay, boys, and now if we peek down in here, you can see the water line is below where we will be removing the pump. So we'll disconnect our hose and prepare to refill once we're done. Okay, and the tab here is a simple press and pull, so you squeeze in and then lift up. It's out of the way. You don't need to worry about this. This is just the level sensor, so it'll know how much fluid you have, and that's what turns on your light. I should be able to get this out of here without that, so without moving that anyway. Got it. Okay, one old pump removed. One used junkyard pump reinstalled momentarily. Alright, that should be in there. Let's reconnect the hose. Reconnect the electrical connector. And now I can fill it back up with its fluid, and then that should work when we press the button. Alright, and then don't forget to reinstall your plastical cover deal to protect your outside temperature sensor and your coolant hoses and AC hoses and such. So, alright boys, so you replace the pump, 2003 Dodge Dakota, or any second gen Dodge Dakota for that matter, for your windshield washer fluid. catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, boys. Peace.